Hi, welcome to the 18th episode Capital TV Midweek Update. My name is JC from TradersTruthReview.com. For Midweek Market Outlook, this is our Midweek Market Outlook. Now, if you look at the FBMKLCI Market Outlook, last week, the market Bursa Malaysia was at the verge of an edge for a sell-off around 1865, 1870. We were waiting for a breakdown to occur, but really, on hindsight, the market was not ready to go lower. Instead, it continued to congest sideways as you see it here, testing, and this is a repeat of previous week. On the 10th of June 2014, finally the KLCI break above the 1870 here and held its ground above the 1870 for most part of the week. Now this week, the market continued to move sideways with a bias to the upside. Now remember, this month is June 2014, that is the end of the first half of 2014, and many funds as well as institutional will do window dressing to push the market higher just to get that slightly off edge. This is what I mean. You heard first from JC at TradersTruthReview.com. Now looking at the IVSA chart in here, right? The market is certainly looking biased to the upside now, and we have many green arrows here, right? They are pointing upside. Up arrows. That's a sign of strength. What is a sign of strength, or SOS better known as? It is a situation where the demand overwhelms supply with lack of sellers in the background. Now, it is this lack of sellers that is pushing the KLCI higher. Now remember, it is this same SOS in the background that will push the market even higher to 1900. At this point, the US market as well as the global stock exchange has already priced in the Iranian military conflict, and we are seeing crude oil prices moving higher. This was also translate to higher palm oil prices to come. Now notice the IVSA chart here and here. The short-term trend has turned upwards, bullish stand. Now notice the gray line here. This is pointing downwards last week, has already turned upwards, while the longer-term bullish is still maintaining a long-term uptrend or bullish. Let's keep our finger crossed when we review next week. The market will turn into greenish from a reddish zone. With a bit of luck and supported well at 1870, we might stage a rally next week. Now let's go to the KLCI foreign chart in here. Yes, you heard from us and see it at first in Capital TV Midweek Update with JC on the foreign funds outflow. In our site, TradersTruthReview.com, we noticed that last week, foreign funds were net selling for the entire week. See red bar down here. Now this week, foreign funds are beginning to come back as we see some flows or inflow of foreign funds. This explains why this week we have a yellow sideways arrow on your screen. The short-term trend has definitely changed to a sideways market. Now also notice the sideways red arrow last week. This week, it is pointing sideways. With any luck and more inflows of foreign funds, there's a change of the market, and the market can break higher, thus breaking above the 1900 level, which we talked about in the last slide. This level, 1900 prices, is a level that many of us have never seen before. It coincides with the fact that we continue to hold the belief that there will be more foreign funds buying in the coming weeks ahead of us. For those of you who are new, the blue line that you see here is the daily buying and selling of foreign funds, while the red line is the 5-day accumulation. It is important to see the trend of the buying. You heard first from JC at TradersTruthReview.com. Now, for our next stock watch of the midweek is Destiny Berhad with Bursa Malaysia stock code 7212. Destiny Berhad operates a maintenance, repair and overhaul of aviation and safety equipment and construction businesses. A year since it's uplifted for its PM17 status, Destiny has transformed into an integrated engineering solution provider, which would see many of its newly acquired oil and gas tubular handling service system business contributing to approximately 40% of its earnings. Right now, from its IVSA chart, you can see smart money has completed its accumulation and has broken out from the resistance 70 cents up here. The market may continue its bullish trend breakout. The market may also go ballistic in the next few bars as smart money is ready to move it higher. How high can Destiny go? That's a good question. There's a chance that Destiny may break into 1 ringgit and 50 cents level. As you can see from the volume spread analysis chart here, we have seen Destiny just turn green bullish zone 2 to 3 bars ago and may continue for a while. The next short-term target is definitely looking at 80 cents. Now, Destiny is strictly a trading stock with a PE at 34 times and the return on equity is 11%, and it doesn't pay any dividend. It is a growth story. You can get it first from our site at traderstruthreview.com. Now, in our next slide, we are reviewing our last week stock to watch, which is GDEX or GD Express Carrier or stock code 0078. GDEX did very well to break into a new high above the 2 ringgit and 20 cents after we mentioned it last week and start to retreat back to 2 ringgit and 15 cents. The support at 2 ringgit here, right, remains strong. Now be ready to take some profit now as the market may also go ballistic higher. As always, have a stop loss as there is no certainty in the market. Now, for our message of the week is definitely from Charlie Munger. In my whole life, I have known no wise people over a broad subject matter area who didn't read all the time. None. Zero. So Charlie Munger went and said, develop into a lifelong self-learner through voracious reading, cultivate curiosity, and strive to become a little bit wiser every day. This quote is from a partner of the most richest and famous investor in the world, Warren Buffett. Now, Charlie Munger, who wrote this, was a mentor to a younger Buffett when they started the partnership. Charlie Munger is a well-read person and solely believes that we all must read to stay ahead. Now, all investors must read news and read widely at all topics. Remember, no nation has ever progressed ahead without educated reader. Read all analyst reports and question them in parts. Now remember the phrase, no one cares more about your money than yourself. Keep tuning to Capital TV Midweek Update and look out for the stocks and trade that is right for you. Let Capital TV be the market expert, inspire your success for tomorrow. That's all the time that we have, and thank you for joining us, and we will review the stock watch next week, same time, same place. We welcome your questions and your feedback.